Hey guys, it's Bishopheals from the ECF forums and also Vape TV. Happy freaking... Did I forget what day it is today? Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. I'm telling you, being legally doped up is really excelente fucking good, I tell you. Anyway, listen. I just got home. I'm feeling freaking awesome. Totally awesome. And I gotta tell you, it was a totally better day today with my mouth. I was able to vape a bit, and at the same time, I was able to see my doctor today to find out as far as for this dry socket, because after Saint and Dino and a few others been hitting me with dry sockets, and I'm like, you know, let me go and find out if I actually have this fucking thing that they're telling me, you know, to be careful of. And turns out that, guess what? Yo, I don't have it. So that's a good thing. However, they said that the infection is spread, but it's declined compared to the way it was a few days ago. So it has declined. They removed some of my stitches. I still have other stitches. They said it will dissolve in a matter of the next 3 or 4 days. Well, I believe me when I tell you, I can't wait for it to be completely dissolved altogether. But hey, I'm feeling much better. I didn't get headaches, you know. Ooh, thank you for codeine. I tell you, fucking awesome. Does the job. But we're here today because, hey, I feel so good, I gotta do a review. Gotta do a freaking review. Well, before I do this review, I gotta vape. So why don't all of you pick up a vaping device and vape with me? Come on now. Chain vape for 5-6 seconds. Here we go. That was good. Ooh, forget about it. Okay. Now that that's done, getting back to this. So I have here an A6. This is from Fluid Vapor. Okay. This is a rebuildable atomizer, 3 poles. People have asked me, is there a small one that they can use? Something to start out, kind of like the Phoenix, but the Phoenix is 2 poles. An A7 is 2 poles as well. So they wanted something with 3 poles, similar to a Nimbus or an Immortalizer. Well, Immortalizer is 2 poles, but Nimbus, same thing with the Patriot and stuff. So, but this is a miniature, tiny little vessel. It's a very small little vessel. This vessel is 2 holes. Okay, and let me and this is the A6. Let me get the controls going here. And this right here is extremely affordable. How affordable and how cheap? Dude, we're talking about less than $10 here, okay? Now, I spend, you know, more than that on lunch, okay? But take a look at this. This right here is the A6, okay? It's dual air hole, okay? There we go, okay? And here's your 3 posts. So you got the positive post in the middle, and you got your 2 negatives, okay? And there is no other hole as far as on the base, so you don't have to worry about leakage. However, these O-rings, the way it comes, there is something that I'm looking into, because this device is a phenomenal device for it being so affordable. One, to anyone that's trying to get into a dripping rebuildable stage, okay? If you're going into a dripper rebuildable stage, you really don't want to spend a lot of money until you see if you like it, okay? I'm a big fan for saving money, first of all. And second, just to try out to see if you would like it. If you end up liking it, then you may want to invest in something a little bit better quality. But however, this itself, I've been hitting it before my operation. And today I like to hit on it again, because you get a nice vape out of this bad boy, I tell you. Forget about it. But this is the thing. You have 3 small holes. Let me see if I can zoom that in to show you. Okay. See that? You have 3 small holes right there. And you can fit, I can fit 28 gauge wire in there with no problem whatsoever. And we're going to be doing microcoils today. We're going to be doing duals. And I'm going to show you my rendition of micros in this device. Okay? So, get something here. Let's, hold on. There we go. So, what I'm actually going to be using for this is a 3/32 drill bit is what I'm going to be using. And I'm going to be using 28 gauge. Okay? So, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to start setting up my coil. And what I do is that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and that's 4. Okay? And what I like to do is tighten up the wires. Okay, so now I need clippers. Would be nice. Yes, clippers. Okay, so this is my first coil. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm actually going to use cotton. Okay, so I'm going to be using cotton for this build. And the way I do this is when you do your coil, okay, what I like doing is the coil that's on the under versus the one that's on the top, I like putting that onto a negative post. It's force of habit, I guess. But when I slide it in, I use my drill bit, okay? When I use my drill bit, now I'm giving away some valuable secrets here, okay? This is the way I like doing it. And what I do is, when I put it through, okay, I start yanking on the wires, okay? Being that I got a wall of support, which is the drill bit, okay, it squeezes the tension of the actual wraps. Now, in doing so, I like to squeeze a little bit, pull a little bit, okay, and once it's finished pulling, then now it's pretty much tight on the drill bit. Let me see if I can zoom that in for you. See that? It's tight on the drill bit now, okay, because I'm holding down the drill bit, and as I'm holding the drill bit, I'm pulling, I'm yanking on the wires really tight, okay? When that's done, you may see a very little space, very little, but that's okay. Because now what you do is, you can clamp them a little, okay? Now, as you clamp them, you pull it. When you do that, okay, what I like to do is, I take a flat screwdriver, okay, and what I like to do is just to push down very gently on the junction wire that goes connecting into the hole. Just a little bit, just to push down on it, just a little bit. When I do that, I start locking in the negative. Very lightly. I leave the positive loose, okay, and then I gently pull out the drill bit. When I pull out the drill bit, see, that's how it looks, okay? So now I put this on the side. I get my other coil ready, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And this is all 4 wraps only, okay? 4 wraps equal is all what I'm doing. Okay. Now, leaving it on the drill bit. Okay. Now I go and I put in the negative first, followed by the positive. Just like that. And I push the drill bit directly to center, and I start yanking on it. I yank on the positive, I yank on the negative. Really, really tight and strong. Okay, I do that. Don't worry, the wire's not going to snap. Okay, this is pretty thick wire. Now, once that's done, I do the same thing. I push down on the negative where the junction where it connects on the hole, just a little bit, right onto the side. Just a hair. Same thing with my positive lead. Okay, I do that, and then I tighten down the negative. Okay, now what I do is I gently pull away. Let me just straighten that out. There we go. There we go. Now I tighten down the actual positive. And I cut down the remaining wires. Okay. Now, this is a method that a lot of people may be using with silica wick. However, I don't like using this method for silica wick, because on silica wick I wrap it so tight that it as a form of a microcoil that I don't need to use this kind of method. On the cotton balls that I use, there's really no backbone to it. So I really need to use the drill bit in order to use it and to form the coils proficiently. So what I'm actually doing right now is I'm pushing up the tail of the leads all the way up to the posts, and this is how my coil looks. See if I can zoom that in a little bit. There you go. See that? See that? Okay. So now the thing what we can do is we're gonna fire this up, and when we fire this up, we're gonna do a couple of things, a couple of nice tricky things. Okay. And this, I'm telling you, this Addy is going to perform like a dreamboat. Like a dreamboat. So what we're going to do is, we're going to gently fire. See that? We're firing it. Okay? They both are glowing evenly. Okay? But what I want to do is the following. Let me zoom that in. You see that? Okay? Now, what I want to do is this. I want to, when I fire this up, I just want to pinch the actual coils together very, very lightly while the coils are hot. Very lightly, like so. Okay? And they glow even more. They glow even more. Okay? Very evenly and more. Now, you don't want it to overlap. Okay? That's not what I'm trying to do here. Alright, what we're trying to do is we're trying to make sure that they're all pinching together pretty much even. And they are. And that thing is pretty bright right there. Forget about it. Okay? Now, the other thing to pay attention is the height. the height is very important when you're making these coils. A lot of people don't care about that, or they're just not aware of it, okay? But the height makes a huge difference, because when you put this cap on, where these holes are, you want to make sure it's dead center on the coil. It makes a huge, huge, huge vaping difference. Hear me out, people. It makes a huge difference, I tell you. Ooh, I want to say it so bad and I can't. Unbelievable. So anyway, and the best way of measuring it is you put the hole side by side onto the base like this. And you want to, you see where the hole is? Okay, you see where the coil is? Now, this thing is on the GGTS base, but let's put it right on the actual base, and let me see if I can turn it. There we go. You see that? You see the hole now? You see that hole? There it is. You can see it. You see when I turn it, and it's on the actual base now, it's dead center. See, look at that. It's dead center, right on the coil. Okay, that's very, very, very important. Now, I was just lucky, okay? Now, I'll do it on the other side and see. On the other side, as you can see, it's not dead center. Look, let me show you the hole. There's the hole. You see the hole? When I turn it, you see, it's not dead center. The coil is high, a little too high. So that means I have to bring the coil down a little bit. Just height-wise, bring it down. And that's quite simple. I can just bring it down with a pair of pliers. There we go. Now, when I check with the cap, now perfect. Now, there's the hole. And there it is. See that? There's the hole. I'm turning it. Okay? And, it's just not going over an angle. Hold on. Alright. There's the hole. And as I'm turning it, see, it's dead. Now it's almost dead center. I still got to bring it down just a hair. Just a hair. It's just hard to do it, being that I'm doing it in front of the camera. And with the drill bit, I'm just pushing it down just a little bit. And now let's see. And she is dead center. Checking the other side one time. Yep, that's dead center. Yep, it's dead center. Okay, that's very, very important. And that makes a huge difference in the vape. A big difference from night and day. So if you take 3 minutes out and just check your adjustment height-wise of your coils, okay, it's very, very important. Okay, and then fire it one more time. Make sure everything is okay. Alright. And let's see. And as far as ohms is concerned, this is duals on 4 wraps. We're looking at 0.3 ohms. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to use a fresh bat. Okay, Ortronics PD 2900s. Now, there is a new one that I have been testing that a lot of people are aware of. I'm going to be doing a video on that. I know I've been saying it soon, but it is going to be very soon. Probably by next week, I'll have it up and going. Which there is a better bat with the same brand. I get more amps, less stress on the battery, and performs just as good. So, okay, Addy is on. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to get some cotton. Yes, we're going to get some cotton. Now, what we're going to do is get some cotton. Now these are cotton that I got from the cotton balls, and certain brand I'm using, which is working out quite well, extremely well. So what I like to do is just flatten it out like so. Okay. Also, what I like to do is we're going to be using, of course, cinnamon titties, baby. Cinnamon titties. Ooh, forget about it. There we go. I almost had it, but oh man, stitches, I tell you, stitches. So I'm gonna soak up, just put a couple of drops, one end point, and what I do is, there we go. And that's the juice I'm gonna use. There we go. See what I did? Okay. And then I'm able to put it right through. Okay. Push it right through. See that? So I kind of like to go all the way until I feel a snug of resistance. There we go. I got enough resistance now. So now what I do is snip, snip. Be great if I had a pair of scissors available, which I do. Hold on. So all I do is I take about up to the base, up to this base is where I cut, base of the PV, okay, base of the PV, okay. That's perfect because this is about the right amount of wicking that I'm gonna need just for that coil. And then I do the same thing on this side. So put some juice onto the end point, twirl it just a little bit, and then what I do is, as I twirled it, see that? Okay. And then what I do is I yank on it very softly. I yank on it, and there we go. So once it's yanked like so, see that? Looks like a mustache, right? Again, same thing applies. I cut it by the base. Cut this one also by the base. And I put away my extras. Now the fun begins, okay? And no, we're not gonna fire it. If you fire it like this, it's gonna burn. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna start soaking and pushing it into the actual base of the addy. You see that? I'm pushing it into the base of the addy, okay? But all that excess cotton, I always like measuring up to the base, not of the addy, but of the actual PV. Kind of gives me a better layout. So I soak, and the same thing goes. I'm pushing it into the base. See that? I'm pushing it into the base. Very, very important. You want to push it into the actual base. So that way, as you drip, anything that falls into the base gets absorbed by the wick. See? That's how it looks so far. Now we'll do the same on the other one. So into the base, just push it into the base, baby. Push it into the base. There we go. See, look at that, beautiful. Now we do this one, same thing. So we soak this up. Forget about it. We soak this mother shit up. Forget about it, because we're going to be vaping our asses off. That's right. Oofa. Forget about it. Okay. Now I got to use this just to position it a little better. This one, I think I did a little too much. Okay. So this one. See, on this one I had to cut just a little bit because I don't want to choke up. There we go. So this is what it looks like when it's done. See that? Center is where the coil is. Okay. See that? Nice, right? Get about it. This thing is nice and soaked. Okay. So now what we do is we take the cap. Where the air holes are, you want to position that directly over the coils. Okay, like so. I'm going to use this drip tip. This is where it is. Now, next thing we're going to do is, guess what? We're going to vape. That's right, we're going to vape. Now we're going to vape, baby. Forget about it. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. It's a little tight. The way it comes, it's a little tight. Let's fix that. I'm going to use 1/16. 1/16. Forget about it. And no, I ain't drilling my tooth right now. But I'm definitely going to drill out the hole to 1/16. So, hold on. And I don't think you guys need to see it, do you? Nah. Yeah, I just got to drill this hole. So, I'm going to be drilling both sides. And then the other side. Okay. Now, I'm going to wash this real quick. Hold on for a second. I finished washing this out. And here we go. Let's give this thing a go. Oofa. Wow. She hits nice. Real fucking nice, I tell you. Oof. Alright, a little too much, but still good. Oof. And as you can see, she's still soaking. Okay. I'm going to add some more, just a little bit. Because I don't want to mess around. Nobody wants to vape on dry cotton, right? And this is 0.3 ohms, baby. And she hitting nice. What can I say, baby? This is A6 dual coils, micro coils at 0.3 ohms, baby, for under than $10. I'm telling you, I'm getting good throat hit. Hey, what can I tell you? It's cinnamon titties, baby. It's always gonna give you a good throat hit, baby. Ooh, I tell you, it's like one hell of an aphrodisiac of a vape. Holy smackers. It's phenomenon. Forget about it. Magnifique. Hell of a dense vape for this small little Addy. She's hitting beautiful. Mwah. Hey Rob, fabulous little thing over here. So, wow, I'm telling you, this small little thing for $10, under $10. What can go wrong, I tell you? It's a phenomenal vape. A really good vape. 0.3 ohms. Mwah. Dual coils, micros. Out of this world. So with that, live hard, baby, and vape hard. Forget about it. One more thing, guys, before we go, I just want to give you guys an update that I am still gaming. A lot of people have been asking if I'm still gaming. I'm like, yes, I'm still gaming. I just haven't been recording much. I haven't uploaded anything as of yet. And I think, only to be fair to my subscribers, I'm going to be creating a second YouTube channel. The second YouTube channel is going to be dedicated to gaming. Okay, from MMOs to regular RPGs or first-person shooters, etc., etc. And it's not going to relate to e-cig vaping at all. My current YouTube channel right now, it does have a mixture of games on there, but it was because of other people in the vaping community was asking, and if I actually gamed, what did I game? They wanted to see certain titles, and I enjoy playing games as a hobby. So I will be creating, I'm going to be using a new YouTube channel just for gaming to separate it from everyone that's just solely interested in vaping. And if you like vaping and you like gaming, well, then you can just subscribe to the other channel and you'll still get your updates as far as for e-cig vaping as well as gaming. So I just wanted to give you guys, a heads up on that, and I'm going to try to have that accomplished before the end of this year, that there's going to be a second YouTube channel just for gaming. So with that, I'm just going to let you guys go. Live hard, baby, and vape hard. Forget about it.